Donald Trump is VP kid off at the tell-all book by one of his former aides which claims his White House is absolutely out of control, it was reported Monday. The president is really hopping mad over Cliff Sims' account of his time as his special assistant, the latest former White House official to turn on him, Politico reported. Trump is supposedly holding back from tweeting about it but is likely to be enraged by the media tour that was arranged for Sims, a former journalist who received a seven-figure advance. Politico reported that former colleagues of Sims believe that he could have joined the administration specifically to secretly report on what he saw and write about it afterwards. Sims' book, Team of Vipers, My 500 Extraordinary Days in the Trump White House, which is out on Tuesday, is full of embarrassing anecdotes about the administration. According to extracts by DailyMail.com, Trump considered refusing to accept the results of the 2016 election if he was going to lose, a warning which foreshadows what could happen in 2020. When Trump realized he won, his first thought was retribution of former Ohio Governor John Kasich, one of his Republican challengers. Trump supposedly said, "When I get to Washington I'm gonna shove it up Kasich's ***. Sims' role in the White House was Director of White House Message Strategy and a special assistant to the president. He also helped the president with his weekly video and radio addresses, and now Trump is dismissing him as a videographer. Trump has reportedly been telling his advisors, "Who is this guy? Why is he writing this book? He wasn't even in meetings." But Team of Vipers, which is already a hit on Amazon, has achieved the rare honor of uniting warring White House officials against it, Politico reported. A former senior official said, "You wouldn't believe the text chains. The best part is the president is sort of chomping at the bit to tap this guy and tweet something to the effect of, 'I didn't know who this guy was.' He taped videos." For now, Trump is heeding the advice of his advisors that tweeting about Sims is not worth it. They are telling him to go run the world, but that may change as his media tour continues. Sims kicked off his book launch on ABC's Good Morning America and then went on The View. He was due to appear on CBS' The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on Monday night. In his book he claims that there were scenes of chaos, dysfunction and duplicity among the president, his family members and administration officials on a daily basis. According to extracts seen by DailyMail.com, Kellyanne Conway is a leaker so laughably obvious that she had him draft a statement denying leaking it as he watched her lie in real time. And Trump's brilliantly employed Director of Communications, Anthony Scaramucci, was hardly a tough guy, in fact being pestered by his mother. Scaramucci got harassed by his mom the phone his second day in the job midway through, threatening to fire everyone. "Mom, I'm trying to work here. Mom, okay, Mom," he pleaded. "Mom, give me a second, okay? Here, talk to Kellyanne." The mooch lasted 9 more days. Conway, however, is now furious at her portrayal, but has not denied it. Sims, in his forthcoming memoir Team of Vipers, describes a scene where the White House counselor is texting multiple reporters about her conversations with the president while he writes a statement denying she is a leaker on her laptop. She was apparently unaware that he could read her texts in live time as she sent and received them because her phone and laptop were both linked through the iCloud. The fact of the matter is, you can talk to anybody in Washington, D.C., it's about the worst kept secret in town, really. "So, I wrote the truth about that," he told ABC's Good Morning America Monday. His recollection paints an unflattering portrait of the advisor, whom he calls a cartoon villain brought to life. Conway angrily slapped back at allegations that she was the leaker when they surfaced last week. Conway asked, "Do I leak to you?" as she looked reporters in the eye one by one. "Do I leak to most of you? I'm looking around. You know who the real leakers are. And if I revealed them, past and present, I'd also have to reveal who they leaked to very often. And that would be not a lot of fun, I guess, so I won't, but you know the answer to that, you all do." She did not say what she thought the answer in fact was. Another revelation says that Trump freaked out on election night when he thought he might lose and was about to tweet that he would challenge the results, but was talked down by his ex-strategist Steve Bannon. Bannon told Trump to be patient, but Trump reasoned that it would just look like sour grapes if I do it after the result came in. Sims claims Trump said, "Somebody get media mogul and Fox News owner Rupert Murdoch on the phone and tell him to get ready to make this a big deal if we need to." At 11:13 p.m. when Murdoch called to congratulate him, Trump, who is, apparently, known for being superstitious, said, "Not yet, Rupi. We have a 3-stroke lead with 1 hole left. We can't celebrate until we're in the clubhouse." Sims writes vividly about the presidential debate when the Trump team brought 4 of the women who accused Bill Clinton of raping or sexually assaulting them into the chamber. Clinton saw them immediately in the audience when he entered, and Sims writes that "I don't believe I have ever witnessed a man look that shaken." The book says, of all the things he'd seen and done as president, "I'm not sure anything was more traumatizing than the moment he locked eyes with a woman who'd accused him of raping her almost 40 years earlier. He looked like he was melting." Sims claims that Trump's strategy for dealing with the opioid crisis was to shock users out of their addiction with gruesome videos. Trump supposedly told White House counselor Conway to give the job to Sims and said he should make the most horrifying ads you've ever seen. Trump said, "No, I mean it. We need people dying in a ditch. I want bodies stacked on top of bodies. Do it like they did cigarettes. They had body bags piled all over the streets and ugly people with giant holes in their faces and necks." Trump concluded, "Next thing you know, the kids don't want to be cool and smoke anymore." Among the other anecdotes in the book is a bizarre episode when Disney came to record Trump's voice for the animatronic version of himself, a tradition with every president. Trump supposedly wanted them to add something to his spoken list of achievements of the American spire, the skyscraper, because of his background in real estate. Disney balked because America had not invented the skyscraper and Trump let it go. After the Access Hollywood tape came out, Republican National Comedy Research Director Raj Shah texted a brutal assessment of Trump to his counterpart on the campaign, Andy Hemming. Shah wrote, "I'm kinda enjoying this. Some justice. I honestly don't think it's the worst thing he's done, but somehow he got passes for the other acts." Borrowing Hillary Clinton's phrase for Trump's supporters, he added, "Trump is a deplorable." Shah later became deputy press secretary and recently quit to work with Bill Clinton's one-time State Department spokesman James Rubin. Other characters who appear include Stephen Miller, the president's senior policy advisor, who is known to be anti-immigration. He is recorded as saying, "I would be happy if not a single refugee foot ever again touched American soil." Sims writes that, anytime a refugee or immigrant committed a gruesome crime, Miller would walk over to the White House press office to demand that press releases be issued about the cases. Sims says Miller made the comment about refugees during a conversation the two were having about immigration. When Sims left his job last year, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said he was a valuable member of President Trump's team on the campaign and for 15 months in the White House. Now his book is out, the White House is refusing to comment officially, and the pushback from his former colleagues could be due to them panicking about how they are presented. One official admitted that Sims was with the president quite often alone and played a key role in presentation of the 2017 tax cuts. A former White House official said, "The president's close relationship with Sims wasn't a secret to anyone in the building." Unlike others who served in Trump's White House, Sims says that he prefers to knife people in the front and has put his name to his claims. Extracts already released show that in 2017 Trump was so paranoid about leakers that he asked Sims to give him lists of people who were giving information to journalists. Sims writes, "Give me their names," he said, his eyes narrowing. "I want these people out of here. I'm going to take care of this. We're going to get rid of all the snakes, even the bottom feeders." The president proceeded to name White House staffer after White House staffer. Almost no one was deemed beyond reproach, not his chief of staff, not senior aides, almost no one other than those with whom he shared a last name. He wanted me to help him judge their loyalty. How, I wondered, had it come to this? Conway is singled out by Sims, who accuses her of secretly trashing Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner and ex-White House officials Reince Priebus, Sean Spicer and Bannon. Sims writes that she stood in a class of own in terms of her machinations, and that he had to admire her sheer gall. His withering assessment was that she was a cartoon villain come to life who would do the very thing she criticized others for, gossiping anonymously. Former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly confided in Sims that it was the worst F group of asterisks job he had ever had. Team of Vipers says. Kelly hated his post so much that he said that being fired would be the best day I've ever had. In his first speech to staff, Kelly told them that their loyalty should be to their country first, not the president, a line which caused alarm among Trump's supporters. Elsewhere, the book says that during one bruising phone conversation, Trump berated then House Speaker Paul Ryan and asked him why Democrats have been kicking your asterisk for decades. Trump told Ryan, because they know a little word called loyalty. Why can't you be loyal to your president, Paul? I remember being in Wisconsin and your own people were booing you. You were out there dying like a dog, Paul. Like a dog. And what did I do? I saved your